Hey everybody, RV Enthusiast here. Nice seeing you again. Hey, it's been about 4 weeks. Haven't had much to really video or talk about. I got a little bit to talk about and I got a video I want to show you. This is a follow-up video to a video I did a couple of years ago on granite repair. So I'll show you right here, and I'm going to talk to you before I do this. So those of you who just want to see the granite repair, you'll either have to fast forward through my talk to see it, or you'll just have to wait patiently to see it, because I got other things to talk to my subscribers that subscribe and watch me religiously, at least regularly. This is a follow-up video to video, I guess it's episode 124, where I did a repair on a piece of granite. This is quartz. But I did a repair on a piece of granite. It got a lot of looks. It's got over 34,000 views right now. You know, it was it's a pretty good video, pretty successful video anyway, and I just want to follow up to it. Obviously, this is my new home, not the same house where I did that video 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. But what I have, and if you see I'm setting up right now, I've got to charge my batteries for my better camera. Better one of two. This was the only good DSLR I have that does video. My other DSLR does not do video, and I have some really high-end lenses. I might have to use one to get a close-up of that, one of my L series lenses, and I probably will, because I want it to be a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But my wife noticed the other day we had company, and we had a chip. And being that this is quartz, and it's made with little flecks of stuff, and you can see like a little flex right here is in the edge right there and how they rounded it off. Well, if you come over here, same kind of thing is happening. Like that's a fleck right there, right? That's like a piece of glass that's happened to be in the corner, and if it gets hit and knocked out, then you have a big old gap there. Well, I think that's what happened. See, there's a flex too. I think that's what happened right here. Hopefully this will give you an idea. I'll probably have to use lighting a little bit differently when I take the photo. But this is actually a chip now, and it's a pretty rugged little chip. And it's right on a corner, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Flat surfaces are real easy to deal with. I don't think it's going to be real difficult, but certainly the chip is... it's rough, which is nice because that means the glue will have something to adhere to. And what we're going to use is, this is super glue. This is a gel super glue. I want to use the gel because of what it's at. It's on a vertical, and it's got two sides to it. Like a top and a side, kind of like a tooth. You know, you got whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, 5 sides to a tooth once it goes into the root. This has 2 sides, a top and a side, and that's why I'm going to use the gel, so it'll stick in a little better. Last time I used baking soda. This time I'm going to use the accelerator. This is a catalyst to speed up super glue drying. And so once I put the super glue on and get it kind of positioned where I want it, also because it's gel, it'll have a little bit stickier, more three-dimensional, and I'll get to position it a little bit better. I'll hit it with accelerator and kind of freeze it in space, and then come back about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes later and start scraping it off like I did in the other video. But I'll show you that in a little bit. Kind of split this video up. Those who just want to watch the granite portion have to kind of sit through the portion maybe they don't want to. I'll probably get some thumbs down for it. I don't care. All I care about is making the video and people being able to use the information to do their fix or repair. So some people, you know, not many, but I got some criticisms. That doesn't work. That's not the way to repair it. There are several ways to repair it. This is one. Yes, it works. Yes, it works well. And that's the way I'm going to do it. And if they don't like it, or someone wants to comment and say that's not the way you do it, well, too bad. Too bad for you. I could use a stone product that you mix up. It's a two-part. It has a hardener, and it typically comes in a quart with a little tube of hardener, and it's white, and then you could color it to match the color of your granite or stone. It's a lot more tedious than what I'm going to do, and for the little bit I'm going to do, mine works just fine. Quicker, easier, simpler, and will be just as good. As for the other stuff I do on my channel, let's get to it. So, one, my other house is sold. It's gone. It's out of my hair. I love that I don't have to deal with it anymore. So it's nice that I don't have to deal with it anymore. The only thing is there were a lot of windows that needed replaced. The manufacturer of the windows did not get them all in on time. They got 16 out of 21. That house has nearly 70 windows. 20 is a bit, but they got 16 of them, and they had 3 arches to do, which they didn't do it all. They had to find the template to do it, and so that was a little bit of a headache, and that's almost done. That should be done within the next 5 to 10 days, and I told them that you know, that'll be my responsibility to make sure that gets scheduled and organized, but they have to contact the homeowner to schedule the day and the service call. So pretty much I am done. Sold the house, not quite what I wanted out of it, but pretty good in this market and in that price range. You got to remember, in this market here in Portland, Oregon, if you're selling a house anywhere from $350,000 to $500,000, you can sell those really quick. Maybe, you know, under 10 days. Even right now, under 10 days. In the market I was in, which was, you know, over $650,000, it's a little bit slower, because you got to think, you narrow your scope of people, that you narrow the amount of people that you can have that can afford the house. So, but it is gone, thank goodness. That gets one problem off my back. Now I got a few more, but at least that's done, and I don't have to worry about it. I'm still working on my pole barn. So on my pole barn, the pole barn permit has been issued. I am working on the grading permit. The grading permit, of course, on the very first time failed, and then we adjusted what they wanted. It has passed, but it's got to get through another little portion of the county where they got to give it the stamp, which I don't know how long that's going to take, but I've been told it has been approved, and I just got to get it stamped, and then I can start going out there and grading off the property. I did go out there the other day and measure it, and I've got about a 6-inch slope, so on over a 50-foot space, and then the other, which is 70 foot long, that's pretty flat. There's nothing to really grade, so I only have to grade about half of I got to grade 6 inches, about 30 feet by 70 feet long. Comes out to about 32 yards of material I've got to excavate out. Not a big deal. I think little Johnny can do it, and it'll just be a little bit more time with Johnny than with a bigger bulldozer or something. I'm going to set you up here for a second. This house, like I said, I love it. I love living here. Slightly more out in the country. The thing is, I haven't fertilized the grass, but man, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. I've cut it twice in the last 7 days, and that I cut like 4 days ago, and it's that tall again. Probably mostly because of my dogs, you know. And then, real quick, so the pole barn's going out there, but if you look over here, this is kind of turning brown. It's because I put a weed killer on that, because we're going to put some meadow grass in there, something that has flowers and stuff like that, and real pretty. So I've killed it kind of all the way out to here, and I'm going to put the meadow grass, and I got to till it up and hopefully get that in also in the next 10 or 15 days, so we have it for spring. Also, the RV, got a few things to do on it. It's dirty as can be. I've still got my 5 projects I got to do on it. But it's cold out there. It's rainy. We have had a few nice days in the upper 60s and low 70s. Just a couple of days, but those are days I was trying to get moved and trying to get things done. But that part of it's real nice to be done. Enjoy this video, and then we'll get back to RVing videos shortly. At least the pole barn will be part of RVing because that's where the RV is going to go to bed at night. All right. Okay, so I'm putting the blue tape on, and you're probably getting a decent audio because I got the Rhode Mic on the good camera. But I'm putting the blue tape on just to kind of isolate it so you can kind of see where I'm working. I'll take it off before I scrape it off. But this is kind of where the mark is, and that way if I get extra anywhere else, it'll be protected as well. So we got the blue tape. Here's the mark. Here's the accelerator. I've got 3 single edge razor blades to do the trick. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this is the gel type, so I'm just going to fill the hole with the gel. Should be pretty simple. I'm going to overfill this with gel. More than I would if I was using a flat surface, just doing a single horizontal surface with the non-gel glue. But because we're doing 2 surfaces and one's vertical, just trying to get it on and in. And that's pretty good, actually. I think even if I play with it anymore, I will make it worse. And at least from this view, it looks very transparent and very similar to these other pieces in my this is not granite, in my quartz. So that's all I'm going to put in here. I'm going to see if I can bring you guys closer to kind of get an idea of what it looks like. That's about as good as I can get you this way. And that's about as good as I can get you. So I'm going to spritz it with the accelerator to start hardening it. It don't take much. That's more than enough. Now we'll just let that harden. I had gone to the store. I had gone to Home Depot. I'll show you what else I'm doing. So fixing that, we knocked that out, or someone bumped it. I don't know if we did it, or, I mean, it wasn't there always, but I think someone hit it with something. I know I didn't do it, and my wife's like, I didn't do it, but we have visitors. Anyone could have done it. That's where our coffee center is. So it could have been anything or anyone. So anyway, easy fix. Anyway, you come out in my garage, and if you guys remember this from my old house, this is my followed ice maker. So it gives you ice here, water here. This is where the filter goes. It's a Everlast filter that I'll put, I don't know, somewhere in here maybe, and then run the hose over to here, plug it in over, I don't know where I'm going to plug it in. I'll have to plug it in somewhere on this wall, but I need to run this water. I was going to put it up into here. I was going to unscrew this by a 3/4 quarter T, very expensive, and I'd have to do multiples to get it down to reduce down. That's not going to work. I tried to go this route, which is, this is like a PEX material, and this is 1 inch, so to reduce that's even more money. So I think what we're going to do, I bought this, and this is a T that I'm going to bring back behind here, and I'm going to pop a hole through here and come into this sink right here, and I'm going to attach to the cold water right there. And I think I have enough line for that. I won't have to buy more line or anything. I think it's probably it's the harder way to go, but it's the more economical way to go. And it's very difficult finding the larger parts, the 1 inch down to 3/4 down, you know, so on, so on. Me not being a plumber, I don't have access to all that stuff, and Home Depot don't have the widest selection of things. So the easiest route to go is that. That may be another video, but I wanted to at least kind of show you what's going on there. This I'm going to let dry about, I guess 10 minutes. I don't think I have to. I think with the accelerator it dries really fast, but I'll let it dry and then I'll come right back to you. All right, so we've given it about 15 minutes, pretty well dry. I'm going to use the razor blade I had been using. Notice I'm not gouging at it like this, I'm just scraping over it back and forth while the razor blade has nice edges. And you can go one way or you can go the other, you can go just kind of fan it back and forth. Okay, now all I got to do is clean up where my razor blade was, because it seems to have left a little bit of metal there. And there we go. All right, let me show it to you. That is it right there. And if you look at it, here's just a clear piece. That's it. It looks like it's like two little pieces right there. And it doesn't grab your hand anymore. There's no, you know, before it would grab your finger and kind of hurt because it was a divot. It was a chip out. So that's the way to do it, folks. Don't if you read some of the comments that people put on this, they're just naysayers, man. It is a fine way to do it. If this has to be redone at some point, I would tell you I'd do a video on it. But it's just fine. It's just fine. Okay, guys, that's all I got for today. Again, thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing. Got over 900 subscribers now. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this is a how to fix stuff, man, as much as it is an RV channel, because, you know, my life is about fixing stuff. So again, thanks for joining me. Remember, full-time, part-time, anytime is a great time to RV, and we'll see you on the next episode.
To like, share, and subscribe, click the logo to the left.